Welcome to Marketing Magic.
Yeah.
I'm the amazing Zender. How to take advantage of other websites that are out there to hunt down properties. There is one that's out there called Hooks Van Home. They're a marketing company for HUD properties. Now, what's unique about Hooks Van Home or other websites that's advertising these properties that are fixing to be auctioned or they have to kind of get rid of the properties, it's how do I find if this is a good value? So I went over to hooksvanhome.com, come right over here to where I'm looking for where it says buyers, and I'm going to come right over here to where it says find the property. Now it's going to ask me, do I want to find the property listed by HUD or properties listed by bank owned? So I'm going to go right over here to where it says Alabama, and I'm going to choose which part of Alabama that I want to find a property. So let's choose Pinson, Alabama, which is outside of Birmingham, Jefferson County, Trussville, Alabama, outside of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and we're going to hit search. Within seconds, we have now just found several properties that's on the market to come across. Now, one thing that you have to learn is the rules of HUD and the way they operate. Usually, once HUD takes over the property, that's your FHA government-funded, government-insured loans, then the first 10 days it goes on the market, it is for just first-time or owner-occupied. That means I'm going to buy the home and I'm going to move into the home, then I can bid on it. But if I'm an investor, then I'm going to have to wait to where it says all bidders. Like in the very first one, it says owner-occupant. That means if I'm an investor, I need to wait for the 10-day period. All homeowners who's going to buy the home has first pick. But now I'm going to come right down and say, wait a minute, this house over here, which is available for all bidders, it was listed on October 3rd of 2008. They're taking bids daily. Okay, I'm going to come right over here and let's look at the property information about the property. So here's a nice picture of a house. It says, okay, the price is for $128,800, but they have come up with a value of $161,000 is what the value is. Now, we need to verify and make sure, did HUD just put that $161,000 in there just to convince you to buy it, or is that really a true value of the property? So we also have available through the HUD, which you can also look at the property condition report, and this is very important because before you buy a house, you may also want to know the condition of the property or before you go out there. So this is actually done by a home inspector who goes out and does a quite extensive property evaluation. So here's a quick property condition report on the property. Now I'm just going to quickly just kind of scan through the property report so you can see what they're looking at. Okay, and as you can see, structure components, structure was in functional condition at the time of inspection. Exterior was in satisfactory condition time of an inspection. So now, once we finish looking at the condition report, now we need to go in and look at courthouse retrieval system to see, is all this information, is it true, or are we just getting one-sided information? So now we're going to go to courthouse retrieval system and we're going to look up the property 7385 Whitney Circle. So 7385. I'm just going to put in the first couple of letters of the street name, and now I'm going to come right over here and hit search. We bring up the owner, a quick summary of the property. Now, one thing I also want to point out is how current is our information. Well, today is October 15th, and you can see we're as good through September 30th, so we're only 15 days out. So by the time it's recorded at the courthouse, by the time we collect it and put it into our database, you can see we are constantly updating our data. Now, we're going to come right here, hit the hyperlink of the property owner, and now here is the information of the property. The tax assessor comes up and says, okay, this property was assessed at $169,300. They bought the property for $131,650 back in 1999, and it was sold a few years back for 1994 for $109,650. And so now you can see they're wanting $128,000 for the house, which is less than what they bought it for in 1999. Now, what we want to do is look at the property characteristics. Built in 1994, it's 1,700 square feet, which supports what the condition report says. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go look at the comparable sales to make sure that we can justify the values, hit comparables, and automatically courthouse retrieval system comes right in, pulls up 3 comparable sales, and you can see they're all within 0.15, 0.21, and 0.20 miles from each other, and you can see the sales that are taking place. Now, if these are sales that you like, then basically automatically calculate the values for you. So the average cost per square foot for those houses in this area is $95.55 a square foot, which means if we multiply that by the 1,700 square feet, it makes $163,000. The other is the average sale price versus tax assessor ratio. Let's go ahead and look at the explanation behind that one, which basically means on those 3 comparable sales, the average tax assessor value was $156,000. The actual sales price of these properties was $154,000, which means the tax assessor in this particular area is 1% above market value. So in a sense, what that basically means, if you went to Walmart, you bought a merchandise for $100, they're going to charge you sales tax on $101. So in this case, the tax assessor had this one property valued at $169,000. We subtracted 1% from that number, come up with 167. Well, regardless of what the assessor says, if you can buy a $167,000 property for $128,000, then that's pretty good dollars in my opinion. Now, when you're dealing with HUD, there's another secret. You can bid up to 87% of their asking price, and you should be able to win the bid, which means you can probably come up with about 100 and bid about 117 and still get $167,000 profit. You just think, courthouse retrieval systems, small amount of change that you invest to be able to verify that you're making a good purchase. Now go do some marketing magic on your own.